Hello, my friend. How are you today? How about closing? When I say the words close the sale, how does that make you feel? You may get some butterflies. You may get excited. You should feel a little of both, perhaps. Today in our life cycle marketing, we're on step 6 of the plan, and that is closing. So step 6 is close the deal. And it's probably the most important step. I mean, after all, if you don't get the sale, you can't do any of the next steps. You have to go back to the choreography you started and figure out, okay, do I need to find another play, or do I need to get them out of the game? So let's talk a little bit about what are the important parts of the close. The first part, have a script. Know what you're going to say. Know your pricing. At least in general, well, at the close, you really need to have your pricing set down so that you know what you're going to give to the people and you don't flub on it or say, well, it's about. Know your pricing. Have your script. Know how to ask for it. What are you going to say? And it's one of those things that I used to have in one of my first jobs, we did some role play and nobody else liked doing the role play. But I did because it helped me to get stronger and I knew that. So if you have to practice your script and practice what you're going to say, even in the mirror to yourself, I would do it. Have the right equipment. We're talking Playbook, right? So when you're in the game, you need to have the right equipment. Have the right method of payment. How many different ways are you going to accept payments? And for me, I'll take just about anything. I'm not to Bitcoin yet, but if it were a big enough sale, I'd take Bitcoin. But have your method in place. I use Keep. It allows for online payments. And I've always had some way for people to be able to pay me, and usually right then and there. So have those right equipments. How are you going to do it? What is your process? Are you going to have a formal agreement? Is it going to be written out? Are you both going to sign it? Is it going to be, sending a quote and have the person accepting the quote and then you send the invoice? So have that next part in mind. So let's look at the playbook that we have here. Remember, we're going through and we're here under the converting clients. And we're at that most important step where we are converting them. So I'm going to let's hide this. I'm going to turn off my logo to where nothing is blocking anything. And then let's pull the screen up front to where you can just see what the playbook is. All right, so here in our playbook at the close, how I do it is to have an invoice. So I'm going to pull the invoice up into my playbook that they accept and they pay for it. That has the payment in place. I know how and all the different ways that they can pay me. They can even get PayPal credit. And I'm going to ask for it. I'm going to verbally say, ask for the sale. So from the quote or proposal, how in my playbook, I'm going to go from the quote or the proposal to the invoice. The invoice has the payment method in place. And once I've sent that, I'm going to ask for the sale. So that is my play and how I have it down for me. in our life cycle marketing consultation, we'll go through all these steps and talk about for you what is the best way for you to have that conversation. What do you have in place? What do we need to get in place to where this step in the process goes as smoothly as possible? So let's do that for you. And as always, you're going to have the next step in mind. Once you've closed them and they've signed the deal, they've given you the deposit check or the full check, how are you going to get them to the next step? What's the smoothest transition from closing the sale to the fulfillment of that sale? So always have that next step in mind. If you want to find more about how to get one of these lifecycle marketing consultations set up with me, or just a little bit more about what is lifecycle marketing, you can go to this website, ellenmcdowell.com. What is lifecycle marketing? All one word. And I'll put a lot of information on there. You can schedule. There is even a place, if you do have a few more questions, that you can send me a question about lifecycle marketing and how it fits for you. So I hope to see you on my time block soon so that we can get your playbook in place. Because once your playbook in place, you are going to be able to be the world champion. Have your playbook and make it go for you. My name is Ellen McDowell, your social butterfly, and I help the tech-resistant consultants who are frustrated that their social media is not getting the return on investment that they wanted to, that are concerned that they're just not going to figure this out in time to make their dreams a reality and let them get the freedom and the money that they so richly deserve. So if that sounds like you, give me a call. Ellen McDowell, your social butterfly. Let's chat.